Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Oh, boy!
You don't have to be cruel. Carlos was right about you.
Who is Carlos?
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome to the After Hours show. This is our episode 82. Wow. This is a very special episode because today is I Wanna Be Happy National Day. So let's be happy. Today I'll be, as always, I'll be joined by my happy dear friend all the way from Kentucky, and he's happy now because he found some photos. Take a look. Collin Kendall.
It's me in Magic Kingdom in the summer when it rains.
and all the way from Orlando to our motherland, our buddy, our magic buddy. But today is our Mr. Happy. Jason Canapp.
I've never seen that movie in my life.
It is.
I know it's Happy Gilmore. I've never seen it in my life. But
that was Happy
it's a good day
Gilmore?
to be happy.
Yes.
I don't even recognize that clip. I have seen that movie.
Buddies, let's talk Disney. How are you? Are you happy?
I'm better now having seen that dog clip. I could watch that all day.
But just let your dog outside for the puddle, and you probably will watch that all day.
It was so good.
And happy. I want to be happy day for you guys. It is March the 3rd. And those things that we found out when we tried to research a theme for a live show.
Yeah, some
I
national
really
holidays.
thought he was going to say it's the 82nd show and it's Carlos's 82nd birthday. So
I'm getting close, but they're not that close.
not quite that close.
There's some
Still have to
national
double
holidays
deep
we shouldn't celebrate here.
Sorry,
There's some national days you don't want to celebrate here.
but this one is we want to celebrate.
This one we do.
Yes.
This one we do.
And try to think of all the things that make you happy. And
Realized after the fact we could have done
Yeah,
a Mardi
I got
Gras show.
yes, we could, but
That probably would have been smarter.
but there's a whole conflict. There's a whole conflict with me because we do have Mardi Gras here, but where I come from, we have Carnaval, which is the principle is the same, but the method is totally different.
Oh, tell us more.
No, it is crazy. Actually, I would say for 70% of the Brazilians, they took those days to vacation and to rest, but there's a 30% that go wild.
And you were of that 30%.
No, I was never a carnival person. And
That's disappointing.
yeah, I'm not. I was never a carnival person. So, but happy. I want to be a happy day for you guys. Thinking about all the things happy that I wish for you. And one of the most happy and fun times for me is always to be with both of you here and with our friends that we are gonna say hello right now.
I'm just gonna start because Carlos hasn't led me off in the last couple of weeks, so I'm just gonna go for it. So
Go
we have
for it.
Peter Mino, Butch Rosenthal, Wendy Seeger, this guy named Carlos apparently, Maggie Haggard, Jason, and we're stuck with him again. Butch Rosenthal, Valerie Seidel actually probably. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Tom McMillan. Who else do you guys see?
Marla Chan is here. Did we say Butch from Baltimore? I'm saying it again.
I don't know.
David Turner, good to see you. Chris Shepard, talk about Magic Man. Good to see you, buddy. Mary Wells is here with us. Jonah Hill. I don't know who Collin said. I stopped listening a way to go. Megan joining us from the Philadelphia area.
It's usually my job to stop listening.
Steve Biggs, good to see you as well. And Sarah Collins. Welcome. Oh, and Jeff C is here.
Jeff C. I see Mary T. Wells. I see
Greg Dykes.
Greg Dykes is here.
Mark Williams.
Mark Williams. All the Marks are here. Caleb is here. Jonah Hill is here. Chrissy
Neil
Wiggs.
Metcalf, good to see you, buddy.
Everybody. David Turner is here. Hi, David. How are you? Michelle is here. Patricia is here. Hello. Yes. Michelle is just show up here in the.
Oh, there she is.
Yes. Hello to everybody. It's good to see you all. I have to remember everybody that if you're watching us, if you're watching us in YouTube or watching us in Facebook, please give your thumb up now. Right now, smash that like button, please. We need your like, and we need you too. Oh, that's
Yes, more.
And hello for Edward McGowan. He's watching us from all the way from YouTube and all the way from Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. Hi, Edward. Nice having you here. And if you're watching us in the replay, wherever you're watching, Facebook or YouTube, don't forget that every Thursday at 8 p.m. we have we're here live with we're doing live with a bunch of nice friends. Our community is friendly, nice, and positive and happy, and that's the whole thing. The after all, and let me tell you, I have to share one thing with you guys. No,
It's never one thing.
we're gonna tell something a little bit behind the scenes. Usually when I come up with the card for the show, I send to our group, and I send it to you guys a card, but I don't know.
I saw it.
I don't know if you realized that I needed to change a little bit.
No, I like the way it was because you didn't have any pants on.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah, maybe he does realize he's wearing a nice shirt.
So the first one, and actually, the one that I sent to you, I got the episode number wrong. So look here. It was 81, and I was.
I saw the knees. I like the knees.
So it was like a little a skirt.
Well, that shirt.
You know,
A man could wear that to bed in the 1800s.
Yeah, but no. Then
Or if you're Carlos.
And then I decided to change, and then I think that the way that I changed, it became even worse.
No, yeah, you can't do that.
Happy thoughts. Could have picked a better banner.
Just don't push the button.
You say, is that a warning or a threat?
Don't push the button.
Happy thoughts.
What's this button do?
But you know,
I'm sorry if this is your first show joining us tonight.
No, you got it.
Look forward to.
But it's I'm seeing the comments here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Again. Well, look. Yikes! According to what WDW News today, breaking: Cinderella Castle evacuated as fire alarms go off. Police.
Okay, yeah, but
They need new kitchen staff.
Just to provide context, Steakhouse 71 almost evacuated yesterday because of fire alarms and stuff, and there was no fire. So like sometimes
That
these
sounds
things
like
just
you're
happen.
guilty of setting a fire and trying to cover it up. What did
I
you do
was
to
in the
Steakhouse
restaurant.
71?
But talking about that, I think we should move ahead to our first segment of the night. Now is the time.
That was the best time.
Well, let's take a look at the news, and there's a very important news. The first one for the week I have to share is that, and Jason talked about Steakhouse 71. So finally, I went to Steakhouse 71.
What?
And I went with Jason.
Oh, that's right.
Last Saturday. I liked.
It's not as good as lunch.
Yeah,
It's
Jason
not as
told
good
me.
as lunch. I went for lunch, so I went there yesterday for lunch. I can't get enough. It's just still better. It's better for lunch.
Guess who has a reservation? Neither one of you are invited.
No, that's not
I think
nice.
what goes around comes around.
It's just happy day, Colin.
But,
It's really happy day.
but you know one thing, buddy, Colin, you were not close to Orlando. If you were in the Orlando area, for sure you want to be
Oh, we
with
be
us.
there all the time.
I'm not kidding. I do have a reservation though.
But for lunch or for dinner?
It's lunch. It is lunch.
Yeah.
But Jason, explain me one thing. So the menu, the point that you're saying that it's better for lunch is because of the service or because of the menu, or both?
Yes.
Both.
Dinner's a lot more expensive too, isn't it?
I mean, it's not. So from a steakhouse point of view, it's not more expensive. Steakhouse 71 still manages to come in under
A
from
regular
pricing standpoint,
steakhouse.
including on Disney property, especially on Disney property. So it's not the price point thing. It's just, and it's not even a quality thing. The steaks are fine. Although except there's that sauce issue, which I have to navigate every time. But
Wait, what?
Yes, there's the sauce issue. It's a whole thing.
No, everything is with you. I'll just let it go.
It's like priceless every time. I have to get the sauce white because I can't decide on just one, and then I have to taste every sauce. So I end up doing like a little lollipop thing. It's a whole thing. Anyway, lunch is better
Is that
because
a
of the
technical
variety.
term, a lollipop?
It's the variety of the options on the menu. It is the nostalgia factor because they have some like Salisbury steak, for example, that's on the lunch menu. Wonderful nod to 1971, and it's delicious. It's not on the dinner menu. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not there.
But do they have the regular steak? Because one thing was good about last Saturday night is that the steak was amazing. The steak
was good.
Was amazing, and the starters they were great too. We did the bacon
egg, of course.
bacon eggs that is already a classic from the wave, and the other thing, what was it? Oh, was the
What else did we get?
the onion rings. Onion rings, yeah.
Onion rings are great. Those are on the lunch menu as well. It's just a better
sucker for a
menu.
good onion ring.
It's a better menu for lunch. If you go, you can also ask for Tim, who's a fantastic cast member there, who was there for breakfast and lunch.
Not to be confused with little Timmy Foster.
No, dude, and Timmy Foster's a great guy too. He's just not. You're not going to find him at Steakhouse 71.
Something
probably.
about that name.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, it was good. Fun. It was fun dining with you. It was fun shopping with you too.
Yeah, it was. I was a little bit out of sync, but no problem.
Well, you're always a little bit out of sync, but
No. I'm returning to
Look
normal.
at this later. I got the whole thing. I brought some of the things with me that I bought there.
Oh, really? Can you show it?
I bought a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I'll wait till I'm not okay. I have to like stretch, and it's not pretty.
Okay.
He's not wearing pants.
Okay. So let's go. That's. You know one thing, I will bring a slide that we showed last week, just to show how after hours can break some news. Remember that last week I showed this picture?
So proud of this.
Yeah, Bob Chapek at Epcot. You know that nobody mentioned that. No of the usual suspects on the media, Disney media outlets, all those blogs and sites, and nobody mentioned that. Actually, I got that picture from a friend in Twitter, and I trust the friend and said, well, he's doing the right thing. And guess what was confirmed by all the sites yesterday? That Bob Chapek was last week in Walt Disney World. So he went there. The main reason is, as suspected, he went there to visit the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser, the whole thing. and it's from what we're hearing, and I was paying attention to the whole experience that Lou that was doing all the lives from there, and it is great. It's still not a thing that I'm thinking that is right experience for me. I don't think so, because I'm not. I kind of
You're lost. You're disconnected from your inner child.
I
You don't like fun things.
I don't want to be
I'd make
that
fun of him, but I'm in the same boat.
I don't want to be don't get me wrong,
It looks amazing.
it looks
What are you talking
amazing.
It
about?
looks like
No.
a lot of fun, but it's like.
but it's too much. I think it's too intense for me.
Expensive, but it looks amazing.
Can I go back to my stateroom? I'll be always like that.
If somebody said to you,
Yeah, I feel like it
if
would be a
someone-
little overwhelming
If
for
someone
me,
said, "Hey,
like-
buddy, I got a deal for you. I'll get for $1,000. You can be there. You can be there Wednesday and Thursday. Would you do it?"
For that, I would do that. For that amount
Yeah,
of
that's
money.
what I'm saying. Okay, so it's a price thing. It's a price thing. I get
It is, but
looks
it's also like
amazing.
I don't want to spend
They-
that much money to have an agenda.
But
you
what-
know?
guys, just the fact that they created a design around the remote control for the television. It looks like I mean, it fits with everything else from a design standpoint. Whoever worked on the design for this, I would put up there with in the same category as Grandestino Tower. Like they put so much thought into this
yes.
tiny details
Yes.
of the from a design standpoint. How
like
the
the
experience
trays,
is
the
otherwise,
lunch.
whatever. I don't.
And
Did you
trays
see,
look
you see
cool.
that? Yeah, but I haven't seen this anywhere else. But I saw in one of the videos a candle.
Yep.
What does a Star Cruiser smell like? I'm dying to know now. Like I part of me wants to spend $8,000.
I know somebody can probably get us one of those next week if we really want
Forget
one.
the freaking bucket, people. I want a candle.
Marla say I don't like role play. I'd rather observe. That's my point. Oh, well, for sure.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Jason got it totally right. I think for the price point, and also from the moment that you paying all that money, you want to take advantage and to experience everything. I think it's too intense for me. That's why. But Jason got it right. It is basically is a price point thing. But
I would love to see them do like a 6-day version of this, but you do all the same stuff, but they just spread it out over a longer period of time. If that makes any sense at all, just so like you can enjoy the experience instead of being go all the time.
Megan says, "Wait, Jason jumped on the halcyon bagway." It's not.
No,
I wouldn't say I'm jumping on. I was never off the. I was just. It's expensive. That was my.
It's just shocking.
It's just crazy expensive when you think you're paying for this virtual experience. You're spending like literally more than you would on an actual cruise that's taking you in a real ocean with to real places. Like that's the thing.
You could go to Shanghai for this kind of money. Like,
you literally could. That aside, okay, set that aside. That's a business issue. Right? That's a business decision. From everything I see in terms of the design and the experience people are having, it just looks like a fun time. It looks, I mean, the little kid, the little Jason and me, it would just be dying to have that experience. I would be trying to crawl through the little hole, the little cubby hole. Did you see in the one tweet where there's like this little like a little crawl space that you can go from one room to the other room? I would be me.
Jason's stuck in the crawl space again.
Yeah, they'll be like, we're gonna need the galactic Vaseline.
Get the droids.
Please.
Well, but buddies, one thing that the news in terms of there were two different news that in terms of the number of reservations for Starlight Galactic Cruiser. There was one that broke the beginning of the week that the regular dates for the next 4 months were fully booked. But now what Disney did is they opened up new departures. So they're intensifying
and
that.
And they pushed, I think it was a pass holder email yesterday or the day before, too. It wasn't a discount or anything, but it was more of an FYI.
Yeah.
For the record, if either of you ever get past older emails, if you could please just forward them to me.
No,
That'd
but
be great.
buddy,
I don't get any of this.
He's on the blacklist somehow.
the point is that Henry is the one that gets
Henry,
there,
right? Henry Blake.
and then forward it to you, then you forward it to me because
Like, the guy who pays for him, don't worry about it. Don't send it to him. Send it to the other people. It's fine.
let's go to the other piece of news.
Sorry, reading comments.
Let's go for so, and since yesterday we have now the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival is gonna be running until July 4th.
Oh, I
And-
like the picture.
And yes, and you have now you see the 50th birthday cake with the blue the goofy topiary, and I
I was there Wednesday.
oh really?
They'll never do that again.
But you know one thing. You know what surprised me? Someone I think I took it from one of the groups in Facebook just a little bit before that we jump into the show. Let me show you one thing here. It was a picture taken today from Living in the Land.
Crap.
Was the Figment bucket out there?
No,
Were they
no,
putting that-
it is Living with the Land. The line today. Well, I think that the festival is.
What did the Soarin' line look like
Yeah.
then?
Yeah, exactly.
The festival, the festival is attracting a lot of people.
If it looks like that on a Thursday, imagine what it's
Yes.
gonna look like this weekend.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Why?
I don't either. That's interesting.
Were they giving? Was Donny Osmond like singing somewhere in the land? Like what was happening?
Carlos
I don't-
commandeered a boat and sang.
No,
to
there
them all
was
this.
only that one. The only thing posted. But one thing is true, Jason. I went to Orlando this weekend. Only for actually I arrived Saturday 6 p.m. and I left Sunday 2:30 p.m. And I went there just for
dinner with me.
For dinner with Jason and professionals for professional reasons on Sunday morning. Actually, real estate Sunday morning
don't have
is
to explain.
it
It's
is
okay.
it is
know, like,
regular day. So I was working there.
You went for ice cream.
Yeah,
fine.
but
Yeah.
what happened is that what I was impressed for the few hours, the few period that was there, how packed everything is everywhere you go. So even the typical, for instance, I-4 is always packed. Okay, but now
That's the interesting he's talking about.
now the traffic jam starts way before you usually started. And another thing is they usually there were some detours that you know how to take to avoid. For instance, Western Way in close to Coronado Springs was packed.
Well, you never take. No one takes Western Way. Only chumps take Western Way. What are you talking about? What are you doing?
To
Taking
go to
Western
my
Way.
place, yes,
Oh, Western
Yeah.
Way. No one's
it's-
got time for that.
it is better than I-4, and it's better with than
Everything's better than I-4.
and than 192. So and not even that. So everything was packed. It was crazy.
You know, I will say, Flower and Garden didn't used to get the press that it deserved, for lack of a better word. It's probably one of my favorite times of the year to be in Epcot. Just for even if you're not riding rides, just enjoying it. It's the best time of year to be in Epcot, in my opinion. So,
Would you say? Would you?
it's
would you go as
surprising
far
that
to
this
say
time of year it's that crowded, but
the most wonderful time of the year. Would you
perhaps
say that?
You know that I was
you almost have to sing it though.
You almost do have to sing it.
you know that I like Flower and Garden, and now I like better because they changed the whole thing with the Eat to the Beat that it used to be for food and wine. Now is the lineup is moving all
The acts are the same.
going to Flower and Garden, and now they have
Flower
food
Garden's
too.
gotten progressively longer too.
They have food too, but Flower and Garden is long, and the food and wine would be long too. We brilliant food and wine would run from July to November.
Yeah, you've got
You know what I
festival
don't
season with the
understand?
exception
This is
of
what
a
I don't
week until the fall.
If the justification, one of the big deals people have been making about Harmonious, yes, that's right, we're going to talk about Harmonious. One of the things that people have been saying is how popular Harmonious is compared to the other nighttime shows. How popular Harmonious is with the preschoolers and grade schoolers, largely because of the characters, their favorite characters and songs are there. So I understand. So this move towards entertaining that segment, right? Why would you bring Flock of Seagulls in then? Yet again.
What do you want? The Wiggles?
I'm just saying the Wiggles actually would be pretty popular. The Wiggles, we could get down with some Wiggles. Oh my gosh, Henry would probably let's go see the Wiggles.
But you know one thing, buddy.
Sad thing is you would
I would
go.
love to see the Wiggles. Who doesn't want to see the Wiggles, by the way?
The lineup. It is.
Spaghetti's cold spaghetti.
They addressed it. They addressed it. Age thing is they go into the 80s and people that like the 80s and early 90s and that's it.
They skipped my generation.
And that's it. It's classic pop 80s and things like that. It's I like it. It used to be the same thing for Food and Wine, but now they move it to the Flower and Garden Festival. Okay, guys, let's go to the next one, and I love this one.
Okay.
Omni Coaster. We saw yesterday the videos for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I love the way they explain the vehicle and the ride system as the Omni Coaster, which is an Omni. Omni, how you call the Omni cart?
It used to be an Omni Mover.
Omni Mover
was the dark ride vehicles.
The Omni Mover over a roller coaster track, because the whole idea is that the vehicle will turn to specific scenes during the whole roller coaster ride. It's gonna be really fun, and all the details that you could see from lightning, from lights, from details on the ceiling, on the walls, looks really beautiful. I'm looking forward to this attraction. I think we're gonna have a really nice surprise there. I'm not a roller coaster guy, but I'll go for it right away. What about you, Collin? Huh?
Yeah, I just hope I won't throw up on this. I mean,
no, that's why I'm not.
Remind me to ride by myself.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna be riding by myself. Yes, yeah.
What do we think of the rumors, though, about what do we think of the rumors about the opening date?
I bet it's accurate. I mean, historically, that's been a big weekend for openings for Disney.
Yeah.
Assuming they get done. But if I remember correctly, Pandora opened that weekend, and Mine Train opened that weekend, and there was something else that has historically been a big weekend because they're just trying to gear up for summer. But I bet it's pretty accurate.
See what Michelle said? Michelle said, "Where is the Omni Coaster?" You're going to confuse people calling it the Omni Coaster. It's the Guardians. It's the Guardians of Galaxy attraction. Is what?
Yes. Sorry,
he's just nicknaming it the Omni Coaster.
But
it's not. And it's also not a Captain America ride, which it kind of looks like from that picture because it looks like the shields or something.
Kind of has a Marvel thing to it, but it makes sense.
On the right hand side, it looks almost like little Captain America shields or something.
It does.
Funny enough that you mentioned that. And stuff.
This matches like what you see in Avengers Campus really well.
Oh, really?
Like as far as design elements go, you can tell they pulled a lot from that. Yeah.
And Jeff, our buddy Jeff, I miss you, buddy. Jeff saying, so you can vomit in a certain direction. That's the
that's the only
it's like the Wayne's World moment. It says, dude, if you're gonna spew in this.
Spew in here.
Yeah. But so I think that oh, hello Jessica as well. I think that it looks like a blast, and then the rumor was that, just so people know what we're talking about, the rumor was that it's a rumor because the head of communications for the company apparently accidentally possibly let it slip in a Twitter feed that it's going to open on Memorial Day. It's going to open on Memorial Day, and maybe it was deliberate, maybe it wasn't, we don't know. And then it was retracted, and then they never said anything else about it. So possibly it's going to open on Memorial Day, maybe not.
Well, they are saying so.
Buddy.
So we
Some
do.
of us
That's
are
official.
prepared.
The accident is making us talk about that for the second week.
No, because I think the date people need to know. It's gonna happen.
It's going. I think it's going to be
summer.
It's going to be before. I think even before the
October. Well, here's a reminder, gentlemen. If you get an email, if you get a pass holder email. Also, if anyone needs a DVC buddy, if they happen to do a DVC preview,
I would need to call again.
I'm accepting offers, is what I was.
I will need to call again. Annual pass. How you call the hotline there? There's
Good luck. Wait till you have 16 hours and then.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I'm not in a week. I'm already
last weekend.
This week I already have my share of calling those guest services. So no. One thing.
Anyway,
let's go to the next one.
Okay.
And I need your help because it's not that it's a major news, but that was so vague that nobody actually know where it's going to be. But that's a new place called Local Green. Well, this place is actually originally from Atlanta, and they're gonna open up in Disney Springs. Okay.
I don't like that roll, but everything else looks interesting.
I don't know what this is.
I don't.
Mushrooms.
Yes.
Don't ask.
They're showing it's
Colin,
greens.
this is not meant for you.
No, it's not.
This is not. That is not a sandwich built for Collin Kendall. I tell
the
you
place
that much
called
right now.
Local Greens is probably not built for me.
No, it's not even
Not
for me
target
too.
Market number 1.
But you know what? It is a strange thing. It is opening March 2022, so it's opening this month
It's
now.
like next week.
What day of the week is that?
And I was expecting that could be the one that would replace the Bongos area there, where they demolish everything, but it's not.
I don't think it's that big, is it?
Yeah,
It is not.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, that's a
It is
Tuesday.
not. It is not. So
I love bongos. I miss bongos, by the way.
where they could, and
I've
another
never
thing,
been.
there's a chance that it could be even
This sounds like quick service to me.
a food truck. They said it could be a food truck.
Oh, that could
I can
make
see that.
sense.
I can
that
see
could
that.
make
But-
sense. Yeah.
But why? How it could be a food truck with 16 items on a menu?
It's just all vegetables. It's
It's
like
a big food truck.
It's like 8 vegetables sliced 16 different ways. I don't
They
know.
had
like
me at
with
local and they
sauces
lost me at greens. I mean,
some with peppers, some without peppers, some with hot, some without hots. It's all good.
you know, funny enough, the thing that
It's
comes to
weird.
mind when I think about this seems like a restaurant that will be in the airport.
But yeah, so Local Greens, the origin of this place in Atlanta started as a food truck, and become a really
So it could still be a food truck.
and become a really nice restaurant, and people say it's great. I'm not a target for that, but I will try.
I'll go for sure. I'll do it.
It's not.
Sign me up.
Well, let's
Believe anything.
let's go for the last news here, and it's something that came up today. Just to mention, for the first time in a long time, they changed this from Mickey to Minnie as the flower the garden entrance there for Disneyland. What do you think about
A
it?
little surprising.
What do you think about it?
I don't have an issue with it, but the color's
I
weird.
have no comment.
Yeah, I knew. I brought it. That's why I brought it. I wanted
Why
to see
is
a
she
comment.
purple?
I don't know.
Why does she have zombie eyes?
Yeah,
Yeah, the color's a little creepy.
yeah, the crawler is totally creepy. It
Like,
doesn't
what's
look
wrong with the Mickey color, but with a bow? Like,
Yes.
I mean, it's not that hard.
I mean, I'm not.
I mean, that's
gonna comment.
nitpicky, but still, I mean,
When did that happen?
It happened yesterday.
quickly apparently.
Yeah, it happened yesterday.
I hadn't seen that. That's interesting. I bet
Yeah.
that doesn't last long.
Uh,
Or they replant
bet it-
different flowers.
I bet it's there for a long time.
Why?
The purple mini.
Because are you going to be the guy in a meeting who suggests that we remove Minnie from the? You know, guys, it's been nice, but how about we go back to Mickey? Okay.
I would recommend they change the flowers to not make it a purple color.
Yeah, so to adapt.
I mean, maybe I think the way to do it would be to rotate through some additional other characters, maybe until you get back. But the thing is, like, a lot of people come to Disneyland, they want that iconic photo. They want that photo.
That's the
Walt
point.
photo.
Me.
And,
Yeah.
I should have sent you a photo of comparison compared to the current. Well, the
Mary
previous one, I should say.
Mary's saying Women's History Month. Yes.
oh, is
Mary.
that March? Is March? Women's
That's
History?
interesting. That could be our
Why did-
answer.
I don't understand.
But just leave the colors normal.
I don't
Yes.
Like I don't have
So
a
now,
problem
I
with
know I'm
it, like at
slipping
all.
into, but I may be slipping into the other podcast mode here. But why? And I feel like saying that like that there's Women's History Month is like saying like all the other months are not Women's History Month. Like I'm pretty sure that women are doing some important things all the time, not just in one. Like how about we just have Women's History Year?
Yeah, but everybody, we're getting the
There will
comments.
never be a Men's History Month.
If that's what they're doing, then they should. If that's what they're doing, they should be more. They should be more explicit about it. Also,
Yes.
I like make it a big thing all over the park. Make it a big thing, not just like this garden change. I don't know. It's weird.
Somebody's saying it is actually only for a month. Apparently, that's been announced.
Is that what they like? Did Disney announce? I feel like now that feels wrong too. Like, oh, you know what, guys?
You only get a month.
We realize it's been 70 years or whatever. But let's just put Minnie up
I
for a
got
month.
you a
Right?
dollar.
Okay, they just
No,
for a
and
month.
with
Just
the
for a
red
month.
eye. No, that and then
No, but let's
Yeah,
give her
that's the
zombie
thing.
eyes, so no one's really
It's
gonna want it
kinda
there
creepy.
for very long.
Mark, Jessica, and Jody also
If you're gonna
have
do
the
it,
same
do it well.
opinion here.
That's weird.
Okay, that was our news of the week. Anything else that you guys want to bring?
I feel like there has to be something else, but we should move on.
No. Is there something else? No, there's nothing.
There's always something else, but
Are you bringing any?
I can tell you this.
Tell me.
Did I meant? I went to Jaco.
Oh yes. What we
Did I
gonna
talk about that last time?
We're gonna you're
No,
gonna
you're gonna
No, I
talk
didn't.
about
No,
that.
that's-
but you're going to talk about
Hold
that.
on. Yeah.
Yeah,
am?
you don't need to talk
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to talk about now
Real
because
soon, actually.
you
I
know-
believe.
because now is the time, and now is the best time for Eat It. This is Eat It. Eat It is the segment that we talk about a specific menu item, a specific dish from one of the offerings in Walt Disney World. And one thing they have to say is that you don't need to be a table service restaurant. It could be even a snack stand. And the idea today here is to bring those items or those the menu items that brings you a smile on your face, makes you happy. Jason, you want to start because you were so excited on talking about Jaco that if you want to start with yours.
I'd be happy to.
Okay.
Went to Jaco.
Yes.
It was wonderful. I had an other than the little nibbles of Michelle's food that I had an entirely plant-based meal evening, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I won't talk about everything, but I'll talk about one specific dish I had, which was the injera basket, and it's called the injera basket because it's served. That's injera in the middle. It's an Ethiopian bread that is, if you're not familiar with it, it's soft. It's a little spongy. It's got a wonderful flavor to it.
Does bread count as plant-based?
Of course it does.
Yes, because
it's injera. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
never really thought about it that way.
And underneath you can't see, it's hidden right now, but it's like the lid to a basket. So instead of it being served in a basket, it's served like on this basket lid. And those are various. I can't remember all the things. Like there's lentils there's mushrooms, there's some tomato and onion based thing. It's wonderful flavors. I mentioned this to the cast member. This should at least be available or at least advertised as an appetizer. It's not. It's actually an entree, and it is more than enough for one person. Like way more than enough for one person. But it's super shareable too. But it was delicious. The price point on it, I think, was, I don't know. I have to look. I'll look at the menu when Collin is doing his thing and I'm not paying attention. But I think
that's usually how it works.
It wasn't that expensive. But it's amazing. It's worth going for. But Jaco, look.
And
Jason, I didn't have a great experience at Flying Fish. I'm going to give it another month and go back. Jaco knocked it out of the park. I mean, on all fronts. Amazing experience.
Some of our friends are asking, where is Jaco?
Oh, Jaco. Oh, well, I'll keep it a secret. Jaco happened. Okay, so Jaco, this is important to know. There's at least four important reasons to know about Jaco. Number one, it's an Animal Kingdom lodge. Okay. It is 5 important reasons. It's an Animal Kingdom lodge. It is a signature level restaurant. It has menu items like what I had, the injera, that are a little more exotic, tied back to African, very like a diverse African cuisine.
There were some normal,
but there are also
things on
some
that
very
menu, though,
normal-ish things, very classical things on the menu as well. So doesn't have to be an adventurous menu. I actually would say that Boma is more adventurous than Jaco in some regards.
I'd agree.
Jaco,
but it's a buffet, so you can kind of pick and choose what you liked.
Jaco also has this area called the eating place, right? Where so there's basically a chef's table equivalent of a chef's table.
Really?
If you're familiar with Napa Rose and their chef's table, the way it's basically, it's not off to the side or anything. It's front and center, and you have a seat to the kitchen. This is a similar setup to that. You cannot reserve the tables there. You can request it. So it's basically their equivalent of the walk-up option, which is really cool. Because the chefs are right there, and I watched some guests talking it up with the chefs, and it's just wonderful. It's like sitting at the sushi bar, and it's great.
They put up the sign when Jason's coming. It says, "Do not let him sit here."
But Jason,
also, okay.
So everything here is plant-based. There's not even a single chunk of meat there.
No, nothing. No meat.
So that's why I like the idea. What was Michelle's recommend? Michelle is saying, I had lamb shank.
No, she didn't even offer me any of the lamb shank. She didn't offer me a single bite of the lamb shank.
You chose to order the plant-based option.
But I did have a little nibble of what was it? She had there was a wild boar type. I don't know. I don't know what she'll remember. She'll anyway. That was good. Eddie, they have right next to Jaco, like in the same space, is ready for this. Cape Town Lounge. Cape Town Lounge, my favorite lounge in all of Walt Disney World. It's open. It's back, baby. And I love the bartenders there. I love the drinks there. They have the largest wine list of like South African wines outside of Africa. There. They have African gin. It's delicious. Also, the lounge, if you sit in the lounge, you can order off the full menu. So like Citrico's, that little dirty little secret about Citrico's is if you can't get an 80, or you can still go in and sit at the lounge bar there and order full off the full menu. You can do that at Jaco also. And the one remaining thing that I haven't talked about, it's the best bathroom on property.
He's a connoisseur.
I am.
Sadly, we're aware.
It is the best bathroom on property. It is quite probably the only bathroom in all of Walt Disney World that still has actual like towels that you can use to dry your hands, and you put them in the hamper. So you put them in the little basket there that you like. I don't think that exists anywhere else on property. No, nowhere else does it anymore.
That might have been Swan and Dolphin, though. That could have been Shula's or something.
The Shula's doesn't do it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unlike them.
Nowhere I know where I've been, at least since everything's reopened, have they done that. Jaco, my goodness, 5 stars again.
Good. That's great. Remember that Peter Gabriel song? Oh, it's not Jaco, it's Biko. Oh, Biko. because. Yes, it's just
Cooking
Peter.
place. Yeah, cooking place. That's it. The cooking
Peter
place. She's
Gabriel.
right. It's eating place.
is
Cooking
what
place.
you call
It's the
it.
cooking place is where you're eating, and then it's the eating place.
Colin, let's go to your Eat It selection. And
Yeah,
actually,
taking you on an adventure.
you're taking us in an adventure. Let me show here.
All right, so we're going to the West Coast, and it's actually a very simple item. Contrary to Jason's option this week, we're going to take it a little bit slower. And this is actually found at the Storytellers Cafe, but it can also be found other places at Disneyland, which we'll mention here in just a moment. But this is, as random as it sounds, a grilled cheese sandwich. It is Parmesan crusted grilled cheese. So you get a normal grilled cheese sandwich that's like 3 layers of cheese, and then on the outside of it, they roll it in Parmesan cheese and then crust it in a pan. So there's a little bit of crisp on the outside, gooiness on the inside, and you can eat as many of them as you want, and they'll just keep bringing them to you. This is on the
really?
brunch menu at Storytellers Cafe, which is actually a really good experience. You get the buffet aspect of it, but you can also order off a menu. And it's all included in the same price. You can order as much or as little as you want. They just keep bringing to you on plates.
Let me show you, buddy. Let me show this a quick video here. You have a video.
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, that was a very small selection of our first round of food, and then there was another round of food and another round
There
of
was
food, and I don't want to explain how much I ate that day.
I gotta say, that looks good, but Steakhouse 71's grilled cheese.
I haven't tried it. I'm looking for
It
it
is-
something I order when
It
I go.
is the best grilled cheese I haven't eaten.
And it could be very similar. I've not found it on the East Coast, so that's intriguing
It's
to me.
prepared with its brioche, Gruyere, smoked Gouda, shredded pork belly, caramelized onion jam, and arugula.
Whoa.
Nice.
It's not a
Rid
grilled
of the
cheese.
onion,
It is a.
but-
It is a grilled cheese.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
the best grilled cheese I've ever had.
And it's
So
only
Disney has upped their game with
it's
the grilled cheese.
only for lunch.
Only on the lunch menu.
Oh.
And that's,
Now I got
I
it.
believe that's
Now I
also
got
the
it.
case at Storytelling.
And I
It's
have,
only on
and
brunch and
I
lunch.
have had
Well, brunch.
every
Sounds like they
single
serve
thing
brunch.
on the lunch menu. Like there's nothing. There's nothing. The desserts, all the
Slightly
apps,
embarrassing.
every single thing.
And how packed, Jason? Now going back to Steakhouse 71, how packed is during lunch?
Surprisingly, it was very busy yesterday. Surprisingly, but I was still
It
able
was
to get
not hard to get a
ADR for it.
reservation for spring break week.
So it was very busy, but I was able to get an ADR for lunch same day actually. The
Ooh.
morning-
Yeah,
the morning-
it's not
yeah.
hard to get a reservation for right now.
So-
For lunch, at least. I don't know about dinner.
But it was
Um,
very busy.
Yeah, but circling us back to grilled cheese again, if you are at Disneyland Park, you can also get this grilled cheese, a smaller version of it at Jolly Holiday, at the end of Main Street on the left there. That was a hidden gem that our server was mentioning to us while we were in there. He's like, if you want another one of these, go to Jolly Holiday and you can pick it up there, and it's a lot cheaper. But you can only get one. You can't eat as many as you want.
Okay, guys, let me
They
go
asked
bring.
me to leave.
Let me bring you to my pick here, and I'm going for a snack this time. I'm not going for a menu item from our table service, and it's all the way from Magic Kingdom and from Frontierland actually to this Westward Ho. You know the place here?
This surprised me.
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah.
Is
love
that a
this
name or a
place.
place?
I totally forgot about this place.
The Westward, but you know one thing? There is the place that you get. Wait for it. The candied bacon. It is amazing. It is thick. It is. It comes in a skewer, and I got it, and I run into it totally by mistake. Not mistake, and I was just walking around there. I said, "Oh,
Accidentally have the candied bacon. I'm sure that's how that
No,
conversation
but it was.
went.
I can't tell you the last time I got anything from that. I just you walk past it, you don't even realize it's there.
Yes, and not even with a big line, but you have.
Smells wonderful.
But you have.
I've not tried this.
It is so good. But then I will break a little bit the rules because you don't eat that alone because you also have the jalapeno poppers.
I'm gonna say I'm not
Do
sharing
they still-
anything that's on
Oh,
a stick.
jalapeno! They have jalapeno. Michelle, let's go now.
Yeah, they have jalapeno
But why do
poppers.
they
now.
serve it with ranch? It should be served with like a sweet, like a sweet jammy kind of thing. You don't want ranch.
Ranch is
but-
good with everything.
But that,
you
but
know,
you need to ask for that together. So the candied bacon.
that's good.
That's
Oh, wait a second. It's jalapeno popper stuffed with nacho cheese is not what you put in jalapeno poppers. You put cream cheese in jalapeno
I
poppers.
bet it still
That
tastes
looks like
good.
cream cheese there, not nacho cheese. So I don't know about this.
But it's great. It's great.
You can have your plant-based. I'll
still
have
have
this
the-
for lunch.
Do they still have the bear claws there?
had bear
I don't
claws?
remember that.
Yeah,
so,
they
but
like
had
the
bear claws
pastry?
at one point. Yeah, they were like dipped in chocolate and stuff. They were,
Ooh,
yeah.
I bet those are good. I never
What
had
is a
good
bear claw? it is a pastry.
It looks like a
weird.
bear
Oddly,
claw.
this is the second time this week that I've been asked that question, and then I was ridiculed when I provided an answer. So I'm not sure that I don't know that I want to do this. It's like it's a pastry of sorts, like a donut. It's like more like a donut than a pastry, but like classically they were. I don't like the old school like classical traditional bear claws because they have like raisins and almonds and stuff because they have like claws. But the newer ones are like they're basically like donuts essentially. Like
It's a pastry with some chocolate on it and some stuff on top. It's wonderful.
yeah, it doesn't even have to have chocolate, but it's delicious. It's good for dunking in coffee. It's really good.
I like that.
Mhm.
So
Be
but
good with your
now-
double
are they-
espresso at the end of the night.
I feel like we have to see. Here it comes. Yeah, I don't dunk bear. You don't put a bear claw in tea. It's in coffee. You dip biscuits in tea.
no, yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
No, I no, but you can do that.
Biscuits go with
You're
gravy.
proud.
The real kind.
You know, bear claws in tea are as good as macaroni and cheese and lobster.
No, because you can still taste
No.
both of the
Took him
things
a
of the bear
minute.
claw and tea.
Okay, so that was the edit. Just let's recap. We had our beautiful injera. It is a plant-based basket from Jaco. Then Collin bought the Parmesan
cheese.
crusted grilled cheese from the Storytellers Cafe. But remember, you can also find in other places in
They have a
Disneyland.
shawarma too. You'll see on the top left.
Oh, that looks like a waffle. Oh, top left. Sorry.
And then the candied bacon from the Westward Hall in Frontierland Magic Kingdom. That I have to just squeeze this in along with the jalapeno poppers from the
I
Westward
can't believe
Hall.
you got that without me.
And I was totally by mistake. But
You're supposed
it was
to
not by
read your
mistake.
mind.
But what it was a totally accident. I was taking picture of the snack stands, and then when I took the picture,
It's just all of a sudden the food's in my hands. I don't even know what happened.
then I said,
Magic. I don't know what happened.
I smell something really good. What is that? And because I swear to God, I thought that they were still selling there the turkey legs. I'm not a turkey leg fan. But you know one thing? Let me just. What? Candied bacon? Oh, I got into the line right away. Yeah, get me the jalapeno poppers too. And I was just to open up my appetite because it was like 11 a.m. and I had an ADR for lunch.
That was
it
first
was the
lunch.
same day that I had lunch. Where did I? Oh, it was. I went to Skipper Canteen. Yes.
You know, worth
Marla
mentioning, I
Chan-
think somebody
Marla
said Crystal
Chan
Palace is back at a buffet.
says that she's going to bring us Porto's Bakery pastries when we're there for D23.
Whoa.
Ooh,
So there's that.
that sounds good.
That'll be great. Okay, buddies.
Okay,
So
buddies.
that was Eat It. I love Eat It. We need to do it more often, I think.
Eating? We should eat more often.
And Eat It. Eat
Don't
it.
have to tell me twice.
Yes. One thing. Let me get ready here. Now is the time.
I was letting Colin
Was
go.
it me? That was the best time.
But I
Has
say we're
its own
back to the
heartbeat at the
show. We're
moment.
talking. just there's some love for Porto. So Marla, we're all in.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Porto's bakery? I didn't.
Well, I have a feeling it's in Anaheim.
We can say L.A. or Anaheim. One or the other,
California.
probably.
Okay. One thing, buddies. So the topic for so we're in the I Want to Be Happy Day. So we're going really to a topic that was really hard for us because the idea is to have the top 3 happy places in Walt Disney World. So bear with me. We're getting the top 3 happy places in our happy place. So and I was trying to, the whole idea for me, buddies, was not to go so obvious, because Main Street USA is my happy place, and yeah, but no, I try to find some
No, see how
specific.
it is. He's already cheating.
Some specific places. But one thing I like to ask.
I said no. Yeah, I thought about it, but then I said no.
It took time for him, You notice that Jason got really excited with this when it took time for him to send us the option. But one thing I would like to ask our friends that are watching us right now is to write it down in the comments, which are your top happy places in Walt Disney World. The places that bring a smile to your face every time you get there. Could be even a little corner, a little site. That is something that's what's actually I took.
Oh,
it.
you were so close to a good like haiku or something there, and you blew it.
Buddies, who is going to start on that with that?
That's the band name, Accidental Haiku.
There you go.
Who is the first one? I have Collin, Jason, Carlos. This is the order that I
Sure,
have.
then go with it if you've got it written down.
So Collin, let's go to your first one.
Yeah, show me the first one. I never remember how I word these. Okay, I'm glad he found a picture of this because I couldn't find one, which is kind of ironic in and of itself, knowing me. But it's the Ohana dining room view from like that second story facing Magic Kingdom, and it's funny to me that this like sparked my interest as soon as we were talking about this, and largely because this is one that, well, I always come back to. Ohana's almost always a good meal, but also when you're there, there's some kind of classic nature of the experience that when you look out that window and see Magic Kingdom in the distance, you can imagine what it would have been like to experience the same space 20, 30, 40 years ago, because it's been around since basically the beginning. And you can imagine the stories that could be told from that space and gathering around the table, no matter if it's Ohana or whatever it was before. Honestly, I don't know what it was before. But it's always been a restaurant, to my understanding. It's just a very nice space that you can create a lot of family memories in. You can sit there, you can eat until your heart's content, and you can just enjoy some time there. It's not a place that you ever rushed. There's always a story being told or something happening around the restaurant that really ropes you into the experience. And to me, that's one of the things that always is characteristic of places that are happy at Walt Disney World. I mean, they're the things that create memories and create moments that you remember years later and talk about with your family years later. Remember when we were sitting at this table with this view and how we got this specific spot? I mean, those things stick with you in an odd way. So it was something that had to make my list, at least somewhere on the list.
Yes, great. And but it's been probably 18, 17 years that I don't. The last time that I went to Ohana, so it's been a
18
You
years?
should try
Yes.
to figure that out.
Yes.
Colin was not even born yet.
No, he was.
Yes,
already,
I was.
He was. But yeah,
barely.
I remember because
Colin was still in single digits.
Maria was pretty young.
Barely,
That's right.
yeah.
Pretty young. So I remember, and it was a really nice experience. I think, and I know that
We should do
Ohana
that
is
for
a
dinner
is
sometime. We
is
can
a
find a
fan favorite.
reservation.
Yeah,
That would be
I don't
fun.
know. I know how difficult it is to get the reservations for Ohana.
It's not horrible right now, I don't think. I've not been since it reopened, but I've heard relatively good thing. It used to be really hard to get a reservation for, but as always, smaller parties is always easier. But I honestly don't know 100%. I've heard it's a little better than it was, but we should do that. Maybe we should leave Jason out of that one. Me and you'll go to Ohana.
No, it would be fun with him. Man.
Well, yeah. Who's gonna eat all your bread?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but it's funny because
leftover coconut,
let's go to a barbecue place and
would be fun.
Jason will keep
might ask
asking,
us
is
to
it
leave.
plant-based? Is it plant-based?
As I eat skewer
I'm
after
sorry.
skewer of
Is this
steak.
jackfruit? Speaking of plant-based, I had the jackfruit burger, plant-based burger at
Which kind of mirrors pulled pork a lot of times, doesn't it?
it was at Regal. I would say Regal Eagle. Yeah, it's not good. Don't do that. Don't do
No,
that. It was not. I was
it's like fake
expecting. I was
pulled
like,
pork.
well, maybe it's like the bratwurst that we had, that Carlos and I had, that was plant-based. That was delicious, but this was not.
That one was good. That one was
That almost falls in imitation food category.
Now,
I can't do that
when
very
it comes to the Impossibles that they do already, they go to.
But this wasn't. Was it impossible though?
Yeah, it was impossible. It was an impossible bratwurst.
It was.
Yes.
You could be right.
They were a sponsor for something. It could have been that.
It was not the best thing in that food adventure, but it was good. Okay, Michelle was asking, what are the top three? We're talking about the top happy places in Walt Disney World. Jason
She was like Magic Kingdom, by myself. Epcot, by myself.
Jason, now you're number 3. Do you remember which one, or you got a
Of course, I
Collin
remember
moment?
which one.
A
It's
Collin
the one
moment.
I talk about it all the time. I love the views. I love the music. They need to turn it up. They need to turn up the polka, because we're talking about the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Sorry.
No, it's good. You should show it.
No. I remember.
He's got to dance to the polka
No,
first.
do it, and I show the video.
It's. I love the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse because this is one of those attractions where I experienced the attraction before I saw the movie. The attraction inspired me as a kid to actually even want to see the movie, and as an adult, I still love the movie. But there's something about it's almost like it's as close to a Club 33 experience as I'm gonna get, and every time I go, it feels like I'm entering this special place because everybody else is walking past it. They're all like speed walking past it to get to Pirates or something, and I'm just kind of like, and I pray, don't notice me, because I don't want any pressure to move along. So I just go in, and as soon as I go through that little push gate and the turnstile, it is amazing. I feel like I'm in another
running through
world.
this turnstile behind you.
I feel like I'm in another world. You cross that bridge, the water wheel, the sounds, the sights, everything. You forget you're in the Magic Kingdom. You don't see any. It's the flora and fauna is just amazing, and then you climb the stairs, and each level has a different story that goes with it.
The fauna
and
also, you see animals there.
Oh yeah, lots of animals.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Mostly
you get
Jason,
higher.
but
You get higher, and there's hidden Mickeys in there that I have not found, but there are. And then you finally get up into my favorite spot, which is up in the crow's nest, where what were the boys' names? Can't remember. Franz and Franz, but they have the little Gilligan's Island and Skipper set up with the hammocks, and I imagine myself spending the night in the park there, and the view of Adventureland, and you can see Frontierland out in the distance. You can see Splash Mountain, which Carlos will never ride with me on. And then
No, I'll go. I swear, I'll go. But can I show the video now?
Okay, show the video. It's long, and now I have to go run to the bathroom. It's the kitchen. That's the kitchen area at the bottom of the attraction when you're finished. So you go down there. I love the whole setup with the water, the way the water wheel carries the water up to the top, and
But
then then
Peter-
it comes down in a little basin.
Peter Mino is saying getting consumed by mosquitoes. Awesome. I never had
No, there's no mosquitoes.
There's no mosquitoes there. I never had
No.
mosquitoes.
The only
I just
one
imagine
time
myself
I've ever
falling
been,
out of that hammock.
I've only had one mosquito attack in Magic Kingdom ever, and that was actually in the Haunted Mansion. Not outside the Haunted Mansion, inside the Haunted Mansion.
Wow.
No, even the cast members were getting bit. No one knew what was going on. Yeah,
A haunted mosquito.
a haunted mosquito.
You thought that was a mosquito.
That's true.
But one thing,
You hope that was a mosquito.
Jason, you mentioned the movie, and
Swiss Family Robinson. Yeah.
I watched
I've never seen it.
that little. No,
Not once.
no,
That's
the
way
part-
before my
and,
time.
And people will kill me now, but that little boy is so annoying. The little boy is so
He's
annoying.
adorable. He's
Oh,
a gift.
no, give it from hell. No. He's really annoying. Oh my gosh. You get in trouble and well, but the movie is fun. The movie is fun. I watched that movie when I was a little kid. So I watched the movie before the going to the attraction. Okay.
Wait a minute. You're giving me a hard time. Michelle hasn't seen it either.
Yes.
Because she falls asleep.
Let's go to my.
It's on Disney Plus, guys. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Plus, I own it on Apple too because
You
Gotta
watch
have
it.
both for
You
good
watch it
measure.
many times.
No, it's just I didn't have Disney Plus 10 years ago. When I purchased it on Apple, on Apple, whatever it was called then, and so now I have it all over the place. I'm surrounded by Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, and it's all good.
Okay. With the little boy.
He has to pedal.
If you
his
guys
car.
watch it, you're gonna understand. It.
It's great. It's so good.
Okay, let's go to my number 3, and this is a kind of a new happy place for me. It started out at October 2019, and I'm talking about the Skyliner. And riding the Skyliner, it always for me brings me a smile. Particularly if you say, Carlos, is there any special place on the Skyliner? Everything is great, but the ride that when you took off, we took off from Epcot and going to the Riviera, I love that. I love that route, and I love the scenes from there. You can see the boardwalk area. You can see Epcot, and you have all that, and it's longer. And the Skyliner for me is great. I was a big fan of that. Riding during sunset, great. Riding during the night, even better. Okay, because sometimes you go with kind of silent, and you just enjoy the surroundings. There's one thing about
Go ahead.
There's one thing about Disney World that I always loved is that even knowing that was a big swamp and I love Florida. I love Florida. Being here is always great. Without the heat, without the things like that. But our sunsets are amazing, and our sky is great. Our sky is great. So
I didn't know where he was going with that for a minute.
I didn't know that Florida owned the sky either.
no, but from the fact that sky, there's one thing about our sky. We don't have
the
hills.
cloud, the big poofy
Yeah,
cloud.
we don't have the hills.
It is nicer.
So we have the amplitude of the sky. I'm a big fan of that.
There's that one hill that when you're going from the beach club to International Gateway, and you got to go up and over that little hump.
That's but you cannot see that from the Skyliner.
That's true.
You just go right over.
Mark was saying, I can't wait to do the Skyliner. They were building it the last time we were there. Skyliner is great, buddy.
It's pretty neat. It's hard to explain, actually.
Yeah, and I like even the sound, the when they the doo doo.
Michelle
Oh,
says
not
she-
me
she doesn't
screaming
like
when it leaves the station.
She doesn't like it when it stops unexpectedly because I'm always like, come a little closer. She's like, no, come on. Get this
If you're
thing
talking
going
about your
again.
wife and not Carlos.
Well, there's that too.
But I love the Skyliner. So a lot of love for that. I needed to put in this list. Colin, let's go to the second one.
Let's do so.
Do you don't remember which
No,
one?
I never remember. Just show it.
Easy.
So it's the view of the monorail during Flower and Garden Festival, and this one is a bit of a softball. But what I had in mind before I found a couple of these pictures was particularly what you see in this photo, but not the photo that you see. It's ironic as that is. But where you see where the people are on the walkway on the left-hand side, which is gone now, is what I'm talking about. When the monorail passes overhead, there is something special about that, and it is, you only really get the feeling when it's Flower and Garden Festival, because you really do feel surrounded by kind of the bright and the color and the flowers, and there is just something special about Epcot and this area during Flower and Garden Festival, and they normally have booths set up nearby, and there's music that's different than normal, and just the ambient and sounds is something better than you'd expect, and it's one of those little joys that you don't necessarily anticipate being different than when you're normally there, but when you kind of experience it for the first time, it is something you kind of recall, and there's a quiet joy to it, if I may, in a weird way. Simple but enjoyable.
I love that. I love that.
It's a
I think it's a little
softball,
weird
but
that
I
you
had
would be
somebody
under the
entertain.
monorail.
Sorry.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't like
'cause
the
you get a better
sound as
view
it
of it when you're
passes
not under it.
overhead.
Like, you can't see it really well if you're under it. You got to go.
I like.
See why I pick on Jason?
And I know what I like to
Goes
call it is
around,
that
comes around.
that is something about Epcot that nobody gives that much of value. But the way that you have the monorail riding, not in the middle, but almost the middle of Epcot, it is so special.
Yeah,
It is
it
so
is,
special.
and
It is. It's almost
lot of
like,
us didn't
it's almost
realize
like
it
they do in
until it was gone.
Disneyland.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I'm talking about again. I'm talking
they're
about
both
Florida.
good. I mean-
I'm talking about Florida.
Oh, that's right, it's Florida. No, I love it too. I wish they would do it. I think they should do it all over the place. I think they. I mean, I
And
know
I've got to
that's not
say, it's the
budget.
thing I missed the most when the monorail wasn't running. One of the top
Yes.
things of all the
The
whole Disney
monorail-
experience. I mean,
The monorail is an attraction in and of itself.
and it adds
and
character.
I really wish. I wish they just. I love the Skyliner. Don't get me wrong. I love it, and I know the Skyliner was expensive, but still a lot cheaper than running monorail lines.
Mhm.
But man, I just would love to see the monorail extend to other places.
Oh,
I love the monorail.
But
so
but
much.
buddy, do
It's
you
I know
so,
it's not gonna
unbelievably
happen.
expensive.
I know it's not
no,
gonna
Yeah.
the price tag
I
for
know, I know. I just wish a boy can dream, Carlos.
you know,
boy
but
can dream.
but okay, let me ask you, if you
Here it
could
comes.
add one route, one additional route, for the monorail, which one could be?
Animal Kingdom. Can you imagine?
Really long ride.
No. Because if you've been to Hershey Park, and you visited Zoo America, and they have the monorail there that runs into like around the animals and so. Imagine you could go. Oh, because it's whisper quiet. It wouldn't disturb the.
You're gonna
the-
freak
the
out
animals.
the zebras and the giraffes. and
Oh,
the-
okay. Yes, because the slingshot that's visible from Animal Kingdom now that's not freaking them out at all.
But
I
you
would
know,
love to see it. Just a small extension over to Wilderness Lodge, like they have at Grand California.
No,
Even if it doesn't
fit
stop, it'd
Wilderness
just be
Lodge.
cool.
You can't fit there. No,
It doesn't
you
fit
can't
the
have a
Grand
monorail going
Californian
past-
either, but it'd be fun.
Sure it does. Sure it does. Because that's just California craftsman style. That's Wilderness Lodge on the middle of nowhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Send it
But,
through
like-
Boulder Ridge then.
do you know where
it's a
I-
monorail, but it becomes a train.
I would
Exactly. Very
I would
careful.
love to be an extension towards Disney
It's the
Springs.
magic school.
Actually, I strike that. Okay, forget the monorail. Leave the monorail. Don't do anything with the
He
monorail.
wants the train.
Give me a train. You give me an extension of the train. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a train station? You can switch the trains in Frontierland or something. You can switch trains and
like
get on
an
the train
actual
that takes
old
you
school railroad.
takes you over to Fort Wilderness and then to the Wilderness Lodge. Oh,
That would be cool.
I would keep your Star Cruiser money. I'm going to be spending
I
all
want
of
the
this money
train.
on.
But but a monorail or
Well, they had a train at
monorail
Fort Wilderness
or
at one
the-
Between
point,
Fort Wilderness and Wilderness Lodge. Yes, but
which I want back.
But the monorail or a skyliner towards connecting to Disney Springs would be amazing too. And then you
Or
could
Animal Kingdom. I'll take a ride that far.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom would be great. Be great.
yeah, but it's far enough. Yeah.
It's expensive. I get it.
Okay, Jason, let's
Anyway.
go. Let's go to your number 2.
Speaking of Frontierland, because I dig Frontierland. This is one of those things that, as Colin would say, it's it's a simple pleasure, but it is what it is. It's standing on the boardwalk in Frontierland along Rivers of America with Tom Sawyer Island in view and the riverboat passing by, and that it's just there are many special places in Walt Disney World for me when I am standing in this one spot, with or without liver lips. No, I'm not talking about Michelle. I'm talking about
You better not be.
is just amazing, and I think we have a little video from this spot too.
Too.
I always love what I really love about that is at the very end. Another special thing about this space, and also from Tom Sawyer Island, is that it's just very peaceful. It's very just relaxing. It's down the water, and then every 30 seconds or so, there's the screams from from either Splash Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and I just love it. I love that about Disney. I love that. You sit in a rocking chair, taking the view. And also, we just people
screaming,
plummeting. Yes, great. It's great.
Okay, I'm paying attention to the comments here. One thing is, I don't know if someone noticed, is that during Jason's video, I think he brought the water from Castaway Cay because it was so crystal clear.
This was right after they had refilled the Rivers of America. Remember when it was drained? Oh, you guys remember that, like a year ago or so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this was right after they had refilled it, and it was practically crystal clear, so you can see the track for the which I didn't even realize. I don't know. Call me naive, but if you had asked me which has the track, the riverboat or those little rafts that people fake steer between, from the land from the dock over to
Clearly,
Tom Sawyer
they
Island.
don't fake steer them.
They're not on the track. Those little rafts are not on the track.
Nope.
No, but the riverboat is.
The riverboat is. When they drained that water, I was like, wait, where's the track for the what?
How did you think that worked? Did they just cross over each other?
Well, no, I didn't. That's why I thought it must be the riverboats. Just
One or the other.
actually,
Okay.
They actually. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't really think about it that much.
It's the
I just
3-ton
enjoyed
boat
space.
that floats around by itself.
Let me bring my number 2, but my number 2 is going to be the one that is kind of the obvious. No, I want to say not so obvious as Main Street USA, but I'm talking about and it's a place that always brings me a smile to my face. First of all, because it's Epcot, and Epcot. One of the things that it is easy about Epcot, because for me it's the easiest park to park. And
If you still want to answer here, I will never forgive you.
no, and you just walk a little bit and you get to the Epcot entrance, and for me it always brings a smile to my face. Is the whole idea of the music, of the way that entrance greets you. You feel embraced by the park. Even better now, if you get there in the night and you see the spaceship Earth lit up with the beacons of light show, it is so amazing. And it's, for me, it's as a park entrance is wide open to you, and it's embracing you. I really like
those lights, man.
Yeah.
Seeing it. I was driving. I took my father to Citrico's recently, and on the way back, driving down World Drive, seeing it off in the distance, I was just like, it's just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. I mean, I think that plaza has always been, ever since it's all, look, that space, even before they redid it, I loved it. And then they started redoing it, and they put the fountain in, and then it's like, oh, and then the prism thing, and it's like, oh, this is great.
Then comes Weekend of Light.
Oh, and the music. God, I love that space.
And there's
great pick.
And there's one thing about the Epcot entrance that is so different, because I remember when they opened up Epcot, and comparing to Disney to Magic Kingdom, you have your entrance in phases. No, you have your parking lot, and then the the transportation ticket center, and then you get to the monorail, to the ferry boat, and then you get to Magic Kingdom. It's also great a bit, but the way that Epcot is already wide open to you. It's wide open. So I love that. Again, it's almost like embracing you and say, "Come on, this is the place." So
this kind of reminds me of the same effect that the what were they called? The lights that were on the castle around Christmas years ago, before they changed it, like the icicle lights. Seems like a similar vibe to me. Obviously, I've not experienced the Epcot thing yet, but we'll see.
Oh, it's so much better.
Oh yeah.
It's you're gonna,
all that stuff is way better in person.
And remember that they do have now a new light sequence for the Flower and Garden Festival there.
They do?
Yes.
And they do one at Hollywood Studios too, right? Nobody's mentioned much about that one.
No, there are different things. All the four parks.
I know what we're gonna do on Monday night.
All the four parks have what they call the Beacons of Light greeting, which is came with the 50th anniversary, and you have another of the four. So yes, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom also have that. But in Epcot, they brought different sequences, and now there's a brand new one. I think that probably substitute the Muppets one.
So they've taken out the Rainbow Connection.
Yes, and now they have a Flower Garden, because Rainbow Connection was connected to the Festival of the Arts. So now they have one for Flower and Garden that I really don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I only saw the news. That it's something. So it's something new there.
Dream lights. That's what I was looking for. Somebody put it in the comments. Thank you, Megan.
Sarah. Yeah. Oh, Megan. I think Sarah too. So I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Megan did say. Now I'm curious. I may have to change my plans for Monday.
Selby is here, buddy. Selby is here. Really liking the Disney switching songs up because Beacon of Magic. Yes.
Oh, everything about that. Everything about that. They should just whoever did that work, they should just be given like a blank check. Just go do more stuff. Just keep doing more stuff. The lights, the music, the whole plaza area, the lights and the music and the fountain, the redesign. It's just amazing. Just let them keep doing more things.
Yes.
Just let them do more.
Collin, let's go to your number one.
Yeah, possibly the simplest of them all for me. This one, I hope, resonates with people where I'm going to sound crazy, one or the other. So it is simply a bench along the World Showcase. And I do have a particular one in mind. I actually don't have a photo of it. But there is a little section of benches between the shops where I think they're World Showplace shops. I'm probably butchering that. But between there and the Mexico Pavilion, there's a series of benches that are always great spots to just kind of hang out, people watch, enjoy being there. And this time of year, it's just perfect. I mean, the weather's normally really good in the spring in Florida, and it's a place where you can grab a snack or don't grab a snack from one of the many booths within a few steps from that area. Sit down, watch the friendship boats pass, watch the people pass, watch the monorail in the distance, very similar to my second one, and just enjoy being there. And I know multiple times I've done this, not only with family, but with friends, and you sit there and you realize, like, well, I don't really want to move. I'm just going to sit here for a while. And there is something enjoyable about that. I mean, you are on vacation in the grand scheme of things. Take a second to step away from the attractions, enjoy just resting, enjoy the weather, enjoy being in Florida, enjoy doing the little things that make a difference and set Disney apart. So for me, this is one that always stands out, but particularly in the springtime at Epcot, because it's not near as hot typically, and it's just an enjoyable, simple experience that really doesn't have to cost you anything except admission.
And Colin, you did not.
Lake also.
Sorry.
Oh yes, and so I did put Crescent Lake on here as well because it's kind of a slip-in honorable mention. But it's a similar vibe, very similar vibe. Less people,
And no,
less seating opportunities as a result, but there is just a lot of simple. What? Sorry.
It doesn't cost
I don't know
anything either.
That's true. That's a completely free option.
You can sit under the tree too. You can sit under a tree. If the grass
You
is
can
dry.
move Jason's
But
plaque and then just sit down
Colin,
there.
despite the fact that I did not include that in my list, and it was I proposed because I knew that somehow we're gonna come up mentioning that. But if anyone asks me, I close my eyes and I think about Walt Disney World, which is the place that come up in my mind or the image is not Cinderella Castle, is the World Showcase and the promenade there is my favorite place.
And if
Definitely.
you've not done it, you sound crazy to say stuff like that. But it is, once you've experienced it, it's like, yeah, this is cool. This is fun. You don't have this experience many places.
And Colin, you do have another honorable mention there.
What?
I honestly don't remember what the honorable mention was.
I'll show you.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking of this when I was thinking about my Eat It selection. This is a cool area to me, and I like that he has this picture. It's the area between Disneyland and California Adventure, because to me this is an area, especially if you're not one that makes it to Disneyland very often, or even if you are, it's kind of your first moment where like you're there kind of thing. And I know sort of depending on where you park, you have to walk through downtown Disney, but if you're coming from the hotel side, when you step through the ticket, not the ticket, but the security bag check and the bus area, and then you step into this, it's like, oh, cool. This is like something I can't experience anywhere else. And to me, that's a joyful experience. I mean, especially if you're a Walt Disney World person, you don't get to go to Disneyland all that often. Then you go out there and you experience something that you can't experience on the East Coast. And you're literally 100 yards apart from each park, but that's
and
joy-inducing.
particularly
There's something
if you have a park hopper, so it's,
exactly. It's
if you
just
don't have a park
happy.
hopper,
I mean,
Well, you can still enjoy the center area.
yes,
yeah, and you can watch. I love the people that are at the end of the night. Maybe they haven't bought a park hopper, but they sit there and watch the fireworks. Like, that's just cool to me. I don't know.
yeah, it's cool.
I can imagine the memories that come from that for little kids or adults even, that just like, oh, we didn't have a park pass for that. We still got to see the fireworks. Like, I don't know. That stuff's cool to me.
Chris is saying,
I thought it was called the Esplanade. I think it's the Esplanade.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea what it's called.
I'm pretty sure it's the Esplanade.
and Peterson reminds me of the Mule with the View. Okay, Jason, your number
Yes.
one, please.
My number one, I think look, people have been guessing it all night long. We might as well just jump into it.
So the Beauty and the Beast, they
Impressions
sing
of
along?
France.
Impressions
of
from.
France. Impressions of France.
I think I already mentioned here in the show, but if you've never been to Impression de France with Jason,
I've never been. Period.
it is almost a religious experience.
It is a religious experience. I shush people like it's church.
And it's funny because usually it's going to be only you with Jason there, so he takes he picks takes time to pick the right place to sit, and is not
like Sheldon going to the movie theater.
And then suddenly you need to be so quiet you don't even breathe because he
It's an 8-minute show. You'll be purple by the time you end.
yes.
It's actually 11, I think. But yeah,
I don't think you can make that.
And don't even dare to ask when does the sing along start.
Can I take a pastry with me to pass the time?
Yeah.
I just want to point out the picture that the video that there was a picture. I just overlaid the actually that was actual audio from the attraction, but that picture was one of the finest moments. I mean, it ranks up there with when I was on Tower of Terror by myself in Disney's California Adventure. That theater, I almost had that theater to myself. This one time, and I took that picture. I think it was just like maybe 2 other families in the whole place. Oh, it's so great. Oh, it's great.
I stopped myself from saying it's because he didn't have any friends.
What I found is it's not the kids who talk in impressions, mostly because they're not there. It's actually it's old people. The older the people in there, the more likely
the noisier
they
they
are.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and I've had to shush people who are like 80 years
Somebody
old.
yelling bingo in the corner.
Like, what are you doing? Stop talking. Why are you even here?
Guys,
Look, Impressions of France. It is, if you have not experienced Impressions of France, you must do it because it is not going to be there much long. I hate to say that, but we all know it's true. It is on its way. It's on its way out. Maybe it has another year. Maybe it has another 5 years. But show it the love. Experience it now because it is a classic. It is literally the longest running. At least it was at least pre-COVID. I don't know how they counted after the parks closed for COVID, but up until that point, it was the longest running movie in the world. I had like the record for the longest because it showed every single day since 1983. I mean, it's been there forever.
Does that count great moments with Mr.
I like Valerie
Oh,
comments.
I guess it went away for a while, didn't it?
It's not a movie.
The
right.
snoring, the snoring gets loud too. Yeah,
Valerie, she's just she loves it. She loves it. Impressions of France is so but it's in all seriousness, it's a classic. It's a huge nostalgic tribute to early Epcot. It is.
It's great.
It's poetic. It's a love letter to France.
The
It's
score,
just,
the music score is amazing. It's
oh,
great.
so good. Buddy Baker. Yeah. If you're a Buddy Baker fan, you're gonna. It's so good. Anyway.
Okay, let's go to my first one. My first, and I think it's the only opportunity that I would have to mention this place is in this top 3. Remembering we're talking about the top 3 happy place in Walt Disney World, and for me, for a long time, this is always my happy place because was the first place or the first step in a Disney park. So I'm talking about the transportation and ticket center, and I'm just bringing the only image that I could find was this. But the TTC. I
think I could have got you something, Carlos.
The TTC is always a place that you're gonna have a smile on your face. You're getting to Walt Disney World. Actually, that was the place that supposed to be, the entrance for the both parks because you have the connection to Epcot too. So you have to pick and choose where you're going there. If you're going taking the monorail or if you're taking the ferry boat to the Magic Kingdom, and you have all those sites and all the things. And I always love that area. I always love so. Arriving in TTC, it's always brings me a smile on my face, and it's one of my favorite places. And it's so hard to show love to that place. So I said, no, when it comes to this topic, don't forget the TTC. The TTC,
it's the launching point for the adventure.
Yes.
I can never think about the Ticket and Transportation Center anymore without thinking about this little boy that we were on the monorail with, and we stopped at the TTC, and his parents were trying to convince him to go back to the Polynesian where he'd just been at Magic Kingdom. And he looked over to his parents, and tears in his eyes. All he says is, "No Polynesian Magic Kingdom." I will never forget that. We'll never forget it. It's a joke every time we stop at the Ticket and Transportation Center now.
No Polynesian.
Exactly.
But
that was hilarious.
Buddies, again, I forgot to bring the whole thing of
That was creepy.
That was weird.
Okay, let me get ready here.
What were you saying? You forgot what?
He doesn't even remember now.
No, I forgot. I forgot the whole thing of bringing it. You know who's bringing that segment? The segment that was brought by.
Oh, you don't worry about that
No,
stuff.
yeah, we're doing it by the end. We're doing it by the end.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. It was strange.
Okay, I know I got it. What's that sound?
I don't know.
Yes, creeper. Yes. Selby is right. More creeper than Talkie Mickey. I used to have a Talkie Mickey, and I used
did too.
I used to walk around the park with that thing.
You thought
actually,
that
so
was creepy.
funny
Wait
enough-
till you find out that is Carlos riding the Peter Pan attraction.
And I was
So Henry lost. No, it wasn't. It was Alex. Alex lost his Talking Mickey. On the it was My Pal Mickey, right? Isn't that what they call
Yeah.
it? My Pal Mickey. On Peter Pan, and they retrieved it. They retrieved it before they stopped the attraction. Retrieved it was great.
But I think it's Selby, and actually Selby was talking about the Talking Mickey, the one I already mentioned.
The meet and greet Mickey.
Yeah,
I never got to experience that in the wild.
that's creepy.
I never got to experience it.
That's really creepy. That's really creepy.
Really?
I remember with Pedro and Maria were with me, and Maria was already grown up. Maria was like 14 or 15 years old. When we got to that, and he started to talk with us, Maria turned to me and said, "Oh, that is creepy. It's too creepy."
In front of Mickey?
Yeah. It was no, save me.
Save me, Donald.
Oh, okay. One thing. Let's go to our. Oh, let me put the Jason here.
No. Well,
This is.
hello.
Oh, hello. What's that sound? Explain to the people.
Well, I will.
Oh, we still do that.
What's that sound? You may have heard of it. Ha, see what I did there? What's that sound? Is my favorite, your favorite, Collin Kendall's favorite segment here on After Hours because it's the one we do last. And
That's all, folks.
we will play for you just a brief little bit of sound from somewhere in Walt Disney World. Your job, should you choose to play along, and why not, is to tell us what that is. Be as specific as possible. And if you guess all three correctly tonight, Carlos Silva will treat you to a grilled cheese at the TTC.
Oh,
They
no.
sell grilled cheese
There
at
it is.
TTC.
With the candied bacon.
Oh, he's gonna bring it. He'll bring it in. Oh, with candied bacon.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a good item to sell there. So as you're getting
Candy
aboard the boat or the monorail, candied bacon, you can sell it at TTC.
So let's-
That's a good way to start your day.
And I think we're going to. This is going to be really fast.
You think they're easy?
Oh my gosh, that's so easy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Famous last words.
The last one is not that much, but the first two is going to be like. So let's go to the first one in 1, 2, and let me just adjust the sound effect here. Let's go to the first one in 1, 2,
You act
and
like somebody else is counting.
in 1, 2, and 3. I will repeat it. Let's go. Let's see. It's gonna be easy right away.
You think so? I don't know.
Yep. Let's see. Just let's have the delay working on that.
not sure.
I'll put it like the third time. Just
Okay.
okay. I told you.
Let's see.
Haven't we done this before?
People,
So-
you got to remember, this sound is actually
Jason's
something that
ice cream
occurs
truck. That's
in lots-
hilarious.
lots of different places in Walt Disney World.
Germany Pavilion, Treehouse, Jason's ice cream.
That's what I was laughing about. Jason's ice cream truck.
Germany Pavilion. Germany Pavilion.
I could totally
Germany
see you
Pavilion.
doing that.
Germany Polka at Treehouse. Germany in Epcot. Germany.
Where else? Where else? Where else do you hear music like this?
You would be a good ice cream truck driver.
I would.
Wear
God,
an
what a
outfit
great
with the little
job.
hat with the ice cream.
Except
out.
I'd be all paranoid about like, am I bothering people with the music? I think what I'd
You'd
like to
learn
be is a
not to
food
care.
truck. I'd like a food truck equivalent of an ice cream man. So like come to me. I'm driving around the neighborhood making everybody crazy. Just I'm gonna park it somewhere and have the best ice cream in town, and you people just come to the truck.
There you
See,
go.
that would be
Buddies.
see Lisa Milam. And Caleb too. Pinocchio Village House. That's not the correct answer, but that's what I was hoping people
That's
would
what he
guess.
was hoping you'd say.
No,
Because
no,
it is when I heard this, I was like, wait a second, this sounds just like Pinocchio House.
no, it
He
is.
picked the more obvious place.
I like the Matterhorn bobsled.
So yeah, it didn't.
Does
The idea, buddy, it's to do the opposite. Is to,
I know, but I didn't have that. I didn't have video for that.
Okay.
I mean, it's creepy.
was
You
my
don't go
point.
into the place and video.
Our-
Excuse me,
our-
bad
our buddy-
Hey, don't put your food down. I'm just gonna.
Our buddy Felipe
Never
Tirso.
stopped you before.
Thank you, Felipe. Thank you.
Felipe is
See?
also saying that, but it's
Yes.
wrong. The right place is the Germany Pavilion. Take a look. Yes, yes.
Yes, Germany.
The giant pretzels too.
Let's go to the second one that will be so easy as easy as this one. Okay, let's go in. Is the volume right? Yes. In 1, 2, and 3. I'm not even gonna play again. It's so easy, buddy. No.
You never know. People complained for
Actually,
so
you
long
kinda
it was
do.
too hard. I can't believe it. I get all this grief. People stop me in the parks and say, "What's that? Sounds ridiculous." Jeff C. We would go to trivia night on the cruise ship, and every time he would say, and I would get something wrong. He's like, "See how it feels? Do you see how it feels?"
It's funny, but I will play it again here because there's some.
Yeah, I know. People aren't sure.
Because the first one that showed up here was from Sarah saying Italy Pavilion. Then Caleb
Jonas,
saying Main
Italy.
Street
Megan
USA
says
Music
Italy.
Club. Frozen
Chris
after
says
after
Frozen after Q.
Italy. Jonas said Italy too. A lot of people are for Italy. Lisa
I
is
know.
saying Main Street Music. Filippi Tutti
Yeah.
Italia around.
Mary says Italy.
Italy. It is not.
Yeah.
It is not Italy.
Why would you tell them that already?
Peter
They don't
Mini
know
say
it's not Sergio.
Bob Chapek playing the flute.
Actually, they do know it's not Sergio.
Back, by the way.
Oh,
And
really?
Sergio-
Oh, is he
He's,
back? That's
is
why
he
I said
back?
Yeah, he's not only back, he looks younger. I don't know how it's possible.
It's called
But-
plastic
Not when
surgery. He had time enough. Yeah.
Definitely did something because
Yeah.
he looks like 15 years younger than.
Maybe
than
he's
Ser-
just well
I was
rested.
like, is this like maybe this is the son of Sergio? Because he looks it's Sergio, but he looks 15 years younger.
But
Well
it's,
rested.
for me it was so obvious this one and nobody got it.
No, people did get it. A couple of people got it.
A couple, yes, but there's a lot of
Well, why do you say nobody?
no because because for me I'm thinking about one place, but it is a combination of places. That's. Can I show that?
Yeah, sure.
The hub.
I love it. Don't you love the hub and the Main Street? I just love it. I love that loop.
I was just talking to somebody yesterday about the that time we saw Mary Poppins strolling through the hub.
Oh, when
That
you stalked
Disney
her?
featured that photo. Thank you very much.
They still see me and question whether when I saw Mary Poppins in the little garden at the UK yesterday. The cast member came over and said, "Collin Kendall's not with you, is he?"
That's it.
Like,
That's
no,
it.
he's
You know,
not here.
funny story. I'll have to tell you after the fact about a friend of Mary Poppins that reached out to me.
Was he a chimney
I'll tell you
sweep?
later. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Okay, I'm making note. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Let me make a note.
Make a
because
note. I can't-
I don't want to forget that. No, I wanna... Let's go to the third one in 1, 2, and 3. What?
So many things come to mind.
that parrot now.
I'm surprised I forgot about it. Let me again. It's quiet. Let's see what. Oh my God.
Sad thing is, I think I know what this is.
Okay. Chris, a horse shooting gallery. Snarky animal you never saw. Tom Sawyer Island Stables. La Bufadora. Jason after eating Chico. The Tangle
lot of
bathroom
plant-based.
after eating. Oh yeah, the Tangle bathrooms after eating the candied bacon. Horse and in TS. What is TS?
Tom Sawyer. Oh, Tom Sawyer Island is. I know what they mean. Yep.
No, yeah, I know what they're talking. Yes, Pandora, a toilet flush. Yeah, I'm not trying to laugh. Yes, Megan.
There's something seriously wrong with that toilet.
Iger have to live in Disney. Shapex Scream. Circle Ranch. I think
That's over in Fort Wilderness.
yes.
Tri-Circle D Ranch. Yep.
Let me see. Elephant, critter stalking in Pandora. No, we already had the right answer.
We do have one. I think just one.
one. Yes, it was Megan.
Yeah.
Megan, the Tri-Circle D Ranch in Fort Wilderness. And
The sad
it is
thing is,
funny.
when he filmed this, he probably thought,
the wind,
this would be great for
and the
Let's
wind
Dance
in
Out.
the in the horses here. I was with you there.
No, this is recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
The other
returned
day
there.
we were there was rainy. Remember?
Oh, it's true. It's true. It is an amazing place, and I'm not a big. It's not that I don't like horses, but I'm not someone that that is crazy about it. So, but the way they treat, I want to be there. I want to be treated like they. Yeah.
Put Carlos in a stall and he'll get bathed 3 times a day and he'll love
It
every
is.
minute.
They treat them like they're. It's great. It's beautiful. The place is
Yeah.
amazing. If you've never
It's
been
one
there,
of the few places with horses that I can actually go in and not be miserable later because I have some mild horse allergies, which speaks volumes for how clean it is.
Oh yeah. 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 You didn't sneeze at all, did you?
No. Which is shocking because normally my eyes burn. Good to know if you're allergic to them, though. A lot of people are.
Yeah. Is it? Are you allergic to horses, or are you allergic to like the alfalfa and hay and
Both.
all the other stuff? Okay. Right.
Its combination's not good.
No, I'm not allergic. I just don't need to eat it. So if I don't eat alfalfa and hay, I will not have no problem.
You meant horses?
No, I
No,
didn't.
not.
This isn't
Like
France.
serving in Miami.
Buddies, so that was what that sound, and I'll bring our screen just to show, and then I'll finish with Jason. Jason has a message, I think. Actually, it has. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
if we have
voicemail?
time.
The only thing, Jason. The only thing.
Can you check my messages?
The only thing
We
that
should
I'm
do
not
that.
sure, is that I have the video here, but that's probably the only thing let me get Colin. Just a brief message of your. Yes.
Of my okay. I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, as always, you can check us out. Me out on @guide4ww.com. That's going to be the site. It's also going to be your resource to order prints if you want something from the parks or resorts or anything in particular. I do take special requests as well, but most of the content is free, and you can check out the Instagram video, photos, reels, all of the above at Guide4WW. Got a Facebook group as well called the Guide4WW Community. Haven't done as much on it recently, but it may be making an appearance sometime here soon. So join that if you haven't already. And as always, got a few projects going on, but I'm not really sure when I'm going to release some of that. One's ready to go, but we'll see. We'll see when it actually debuts. So a few things in the hopper and a few other non-Disney projects I'm working on too. So I got to figure out the timing of all that. But stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right.
And then just showing here, this one here. If you want me, and one thing I have, if you want me,
If you want me.
if you want to appreciate content in Portuguese, please follow me at Ponto Orlando and Ponto Miami. But as I mentioned before,
Apparently on OnlyFans.
there are a lot of reels that I'm doing right now that you don't need to worry about being Portuguese or not, because it's mostly in a video. And thank you to all the friends that show up to my live show at Tuesday 7 p.m. Yes, Tuesday 7 p.m. Thank you very much. The last one, there was a bunch of friends that show up there. Thank you. I really appreciate, guy. You have a huge patience, because there some people who stood for the whole show there. It's great, and thank you. Let me take this one here and go to Jason.
Well, hello again. I just want a few things to talk about. Exciting things this week. Exciting things. I'm not sure what order Carlos likes to go in, so I'm gonna maybe he'll just follow my lead. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Lunch break tomorrow. Fun shirt Friday. Don't forget your fun shirts or fun pants or fun scarves or fun whatever, because it's Friday and we're gonna have a blast as we basically experience some of the best moments from the recent Disney cruise on Disney Magic. We're gonna watch a sunrise together. Not only that, we're gonna experience a sunrise on the Disney Magic as we sail into Castaway Cay. We are going to experience a cabana together. We're gonna sit on the beach. We are going to explore the lookout tower. We are going to experience in 360 this quiet little beach that only Carlos and I managed to find, I think, at the very end of this one road. We are we're going to experience sailing out of Nassau. It's so much fun. I'm looking forward to sharing with you videos that no one else has seen. Literally no one else has seen. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, here at themagiclive.com for our lunch break. It's gonna be a blast, but just be ready to relax. If you're not ready to relax, you may not want to show up. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, this week, brand new episode of Soundscapes just came out today. If you're a fan of Spaceship Earth, you might be interested in checking this out. Head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Downcast, Ponto Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts these days. Search for Soundscapes by Here with the Magic, and it's a good one this week. It's a good one. It feels like you're right there. It's 3D sound. If you tend to get spooked by things that are in 3D sound, like, don't do it while you're driving. Don't do it while you're driving. And then I don't know if we want to. There's also the Morning Minutes I don't know if we
Oh
have that
yes,
card.
yes.
The morning minutes
No,
every
you-
weekday morning,
you did
8
not-
a.m. Eastern.
you
Brand
didn't-
new
you-
videos.
You did not send.
You always have it. You always just have it.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Remember that I lost
We'll talk more
everything.
about it tomorrow.
There was a
Oh,
crash.
you did lose everything.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
a
he's
crash.
rebuilding.
There was a crash in
He's
the
rebuilding.
camp.
He's
Yeah, I'm
rebuilding.
rebuilding everything.
Fine.
Yes.
And we don't have the video. I was going to show you like a little preview of what we're going to experience tomorrow for the lunch break. We just have to
I can do that. I can do that.
No.
Just a moment. No,
Oh,
no,
you
yes.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
I'm
Just a
just waiting on
moment.
2 Minute Tuesday to become a thing.
Let me
Brilliant.
get-
I love
Let
it.
me get here. Let me see if I can find it.
Timeless 2 minutes.
Oh, right here. Right here. Yes,
It's just a little,
beautiful.
just a little, just a
Beautiful.
little snippet. Just a little
Beautiful.
snippet. And I got to tell you, so one thing, no one else knows this. Literally, no one else knows this. This is the first time I had a breakthrough today. The
And not his
360 video.
pants.
The 360. So I did this 360 video from that little secret beach at the end of the road. Carlos knows the one I'm talking about. And this is in Castaway Key. And
With
I
the
did
bugs?
this 360 video there. And
No bugs.
And I used this new microphone contraption and a thing. And I was able today to figure out how to make it the sound track with the 360 view. So when you're whether you're using on your computer and wearing headphones, or if you're in a VR device, when you turn and you look over here and it sounds as if you're actually there turning your head. So the ocean sounds track, the trees, the birds chirping track with your head movement. It's great. It's great. And we'll
If you
have
like
fun
this
with it
really, really
tomorrow.
fast. What
And
happens?
Colin, let me explain about this secret beach. And it's funny because I got there probably, I don't know, before or after. Before or after. It's been a while that we don't do that. But before or after Jason. But when Jason was there, he was alone. And when I was there, I was alone too. So, and it is a
sad.
pathway. It is a pathway. It took like 2 miles of
You
cycle.
bike all the way. Yeah,
bike.
all the way up.
There's a pine tree pathway there, and the noise and the sound of the wind in the pine tree was amazing. And you get there, you have this little bit. Now there's a fence that you cannot go. And the thing that I regret, Jason, is that if you see it from above in the map, if you trespass, if you go over the fence and you walk a little bit, there's
Well, it
a
doesn't say no trespassing on it.
there's
You're
no
all
there
right.
was no sign. You could do that.
That's
so
true.
there is a little hideaway there, another beach that it is behind those trees. That oh my gosh,
You can see it. You can see it actually from the lookout tower too. You can
Yeah.
see over where that beach is. And
with the channel and whoa, there's a little creek
and
that
there's
is
there's so few people who go up into the in that tower. It's a lot of fun to explore, and we'll do that together. And I'm not going to show you all the videos because there's a couple of videos, especially one related to biking, that I'm not
you fall
showing
off
because
a
I'm
bike.
saving it for a special. I'm saving it for the next special lunch break the following Friday.
perfect.
That's it.
Buddies, happy. I want to be happy day.
I thought you were gonna wear like the Will Ferrell, whatever you pronounce his name, hat thing.
No, thank
Tried
you.
desperately to get Jason do a Mr. Rogers intro for us. It didn't happen.
Yeah,
Kind of disappointed.
To all of you that were still watching with us, thank you very much. Have a magical rest of the week. Stay good, stay safe, and we will see you next week. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Good night, guys.
See ya.
Ready to begin, let the wonder take hold. Feel it draw you in, watch the moment choice we made.